Death is one of the most mysterious and frightening events in human life. Yet, the Bible contains 7 keys that help unravel the enigma of death and shed light on what awaits us after we leave this earthly realm. The first key is light. One of the most commonly reported phenomena by those who have experienced clinical death is the presence of a bright light or a radiant tunnel. The Bible repeatedly refers to light as a symbol of God's presence. In his letter to the Corinthians, the Apostle Paul describes God as dwelling in unapproachable light. It is within this stream of divine radiance that a person encounters the Almighty. The light, as described by witnesses, is filled with warmth, love, and peace, confirming that the Lord welcomes the soul with open arms. The second key to understanding death involves angels. Angels are spiritual beings endowed with wisdom and strength. Throughout the Bible, they appear to prophets and the righteous, delivering important messages, offering protection, and aiding in the fulfillment of God's plan. At the moment of death, a person may witness angels arriving to escort their soul into eternity. These heavenly messengers serve as guides into the spiritual realm, providing comfort and support during this pivotal transition. Their presence ensures that the departing soul does not feel abandoned or alone. Angels come as God's emissaries of light and love, bestowing peace upon the soul. To those who have pursued righteousness, they bring the rewards of faith and devotion. Furthermore, angels not only help the soul navigate its way to the heavenly abode but also shield it from darkness and evil lurking along the path. In biblical tradition, angels are depicted as spiritual warriors who battle demonic forces seeking to claim the soul. The book of Revelation describes how the archangel Michael and his angels fight against the dragon, symbolizing Satan. Angels accompanying the souls of the righteous thus become their protectors and guides into the realm of divine light. In addition to their protective role, angels bring solace and hope during the final moments of life. With tenderness and love, they help the person pass from the mortal world into the eternal one. Many who have undergone clinical death recall encounters with angels as one of the most vivid episodes of their otherworldly experience, an encounter that filled them with unconditional love and radiant light. Angels also serve as a reminder that death is not an end but a beginning. They open the doors of eternity and convey that, for believers, death is not a fearful event but a long-anticipated meeting with the Creator. The third key to the mystery of death lies in the profound sense of peace and tranquility. This feeling of deep calm signals that God is near and ready to receive the soul into His kingdom. The fourth key is the vision of Jesus Christ, often referenced in the Bible as the shepherd who greets souls after death. Many individuals who have come back from the brink of passing recount seeing Jesus in their final moments, welcoming them with compassion and mercy. The fifth key is heavenly music. Some individuals, during death or shortly afterward, report hearing beautiful music or voices that soothe and fill their soul with reverence for the great mystery they are approaching. These sounds might be barely perceptible, like a soft humming, or might resonate like a celestial choir praising God. Unlike earthly melodies, this music is imbued with an extraordinary purity, spiritual depth, and beauty. It is described as a harmony without equal in our world, as if every note is infused with light and love. The book of Revelation speaks of heavens filled with music and hymns sung by saints and angels exalting God. The Psalms of David also attest to the importance of music in the spiritual life, seeing it as a means of communion with the divine, a way to express joy, gratitude, and worship. Music acts as a bridge between the earthly and the heavenly realms, signaling to the soul that it is drawing near to God's kingdom. It does more than provide comfort, it transforms one's inner state, bestowing a sense of absolute safety and love in the Lord's embrace. The sixth key to the mystery of death is the separation of the human spirit from the flesh. The sensation of leaving one's body and observing it from outside is among the most frequently reported experiences of those who have returned from clinical death. This often comes with an astonishing awareness of one's immaterial essence. From a biblical perspective, The soul and the body are distinct entities temporarily united in earthly life. At death, they part ways. The body returns to dust, while the soul begins its journey toward God. As stated in Ecclesiastes, the dust returns to the earth as it was, and the spirit returns to God who gave it. Many who have passed through this threshold describe an overwhelming sense of freedom, the absence of physical pain, and a profound understanding of their existence beyond the body. These moments are not terrifying but rather surprisingly serene and comfortable, once again underscoring the difference between the material and the spiritual realms. In some cases, people also sense their soul rising upward, drifting away from earthly troubles and suffering. They may see doctors around their body or hear the voices of loved ones left behind, but all of this seems distant and unimportant. These experiences remind us that we are not confined to our physical form, and that our true self resides in the soul, not the flesh. The Apostle Paul compares the body to a tent that will one day be taken down, allowing the soul to find a new home with God. Finally, the seventh mystical key to death's secret is the understanding of moral reckoning for one's sins. Not all visions before death are radiant and joyful. In some instances, people confront overwhelming darkness, fear, and anxiety. It may feel like suffocating gloom, as if the soul is plummeting into a void devoid of light or hope. The dying may experience a profound sense of loneliness and despair, as if cut off from all they have ever known or loved. Such visions may stem from a deep internal recognition of one's actions and the dread of facing divine judgment. The Bible repeatedly affirms that after death comes judgment, when each person must account for their life. In the Gospel of Matthew, Christ, as King and Judge, separates the righteous from the wicked. Each will be rewarded or punished according to the choices made in their earthly existence. For those who lived in sin and denied God, the moment of death can be a frightening realization that a righteous and solemn judgment awaits. The darkness witnessed by the sinner may be the result of a life spent in disobedience and the rejection of the divine. Yet the Bible also teaches that God is merciful and ready to forgive anyone who sincerely repents and turns to Him. The fear and darkness in these final visions may serve as a last call to the soul, reminding it of the need to prepare for meeting the Lord. Death is not merely the end of earthly existence, but the threshold into eternity, where we all face the consequences of our actions. That is why it is so important to strive for purity of heart and a life filled with light, so that when we cross into the next realm, we are ready to stand before God. Ultimately, encounters with darkness and fear before death are not a final sentence, but an opportunity to reconsider one's life path and redirect it toward light and salvation. And finally, as we continue to explore these profound mysteries together, we invite you to subscribe and join us on this journey beyond the horizon. Let's keep seeking greater understanding, supporting each other's quest for truth, and discovering what lies in the realms beyond our earthly existence. Stay with us as we push forward and uncover the wonders yet to be revealed.